What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all those beginner investors and traders, college graduates, entrepreneurs, hustlers, anybody trying to make something out of nothing. I wanted to see how you, ladies and gentlemen, you beginner investors and traders felt about the interview that Ken Griffin happened to do, where he talked about how investors were the cause of the downfall of Melvin Capital. It was funny to me because, all this has me thinking that this is some reverse psychology to send the price of AMC to new levels to keep investors, retail, invested so that they can do the same thing that they did the beginning of 2021 when the squeeze started around January, 26th or 27th, something like that. And that's just what I personally believe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an investing guru, so you have to do your own due diligence. This is just my own opinion. Because if you haven't noticed, YouTube content creators are starting to say the same things that's been said last year. And for me to believe that Melvin Capital has gone under and he just purchased one of the most expensive it's a 4-story condo, I believe, in New York City. And the price is just unbelievable. So for this to happen, and they're talking about retail had something to do with teachers losing their pensions and investors losing their pension, which is funny to me because we can't create synthetic shares. We're not the ones with the failure to deliver. We're not the ones using investors' money to short stocks. So it's kind of, funny that this guy is saying that retail has something to do with the hedge fund falling apart. Now, like I said, this is my own opinion. I just think that they'll end up, once the market bottoms out, once we're at the bottom now. I mean, it's official as far as us being in a bear market, and I think that once everything clears up, they'll just set up shop, as another hedge fund. That's just my opinion. I mean, and as far as them thinking, other retail, believing that this is taking place, it's just like, okay, well, it's in my opinion, it's just like, okay, well, what will make you think that this is the end of Melvin Capital when these people have been making money off of this golden ticket, Willy Wonka, AMC, GameStop, and meme stock phenomenon every day? They've been making money every day on the up, on the down, calls, push, shorting. I mean, they've made money all the way around. And just because they happen to get margin calls does not necessarily mean that they have to pay back or buy all those shares back immediately. It could take years for them to buy back those stocks, and not to say that still won't cause a run up in the price based on what's taking place after June 2nd. You got the NFT marketplace popping off. You got loopering. You got GameStop supposedly issuing a dividend. I learned a little bit about the stock split. I don't know if it's going to be like, I think it's going to be like 7-1 or something like that. I'm not sure. Remember, do your own research. But in my opinion, this is just giving me vibes of last year, and when these stocks run up again, GameStop to 300, maybe 500 plus. And then if AMC runs up to, 50 to 100 plus, I think the same thing that just happened, that happened last year. And then, they'll repeat the same process. And then I think we'll see what took place in the 2008 market crash. And then that's when we'll see GameStop explode. That's just my opinion. I think somewhere along the line, AMC could end up stagnant because you got a lot of retail investors that will potentially get out of that stock if it happens to run up, based on a lot of the things that's taking place behind closed doors in AMC. It's a lot of things that they're not talking about. And Adam Aaron is up to a lot of sneaky business, and nobody's talking about that. That's the reason why every now and again I say, if you check out my channel and go back, you'll clearly hear me talking about how something shady was going on with AMC. And this was back around, April and May of last year, when I was reading that Adam Aaron's sons was dumping shares of AMC right after Melvin Capital dumped their shares after AMC ran up over $30. So personally, reading all that information, and I made a huge mistake, because I should have sold out all my shares and just waited for this drop right now, because GameStop happened to do it, but it was in like a 3 to 4 week period. Might have been a month and a half, but I don't think it was that long. I think it took three weeks when GameStop, because everybody, and then this is another reason why I believe a lot of those content creators are foolish or fake, and they're just there to keep you engaged in the fundamental analysis, because the truth is that if you're not paying attention to the buyers and the sellers, and you're not paying attention to the volume in the daily trading, and the strength on the monthly, weekly, and the daily charts, you're really getting played. And I didn't realize that. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing videos, because I learned so much about the fundamental aspect of it that I was burning myself in profits, because I didn't understand the aspect of profiting off of them low 10%, 20% gains like hedge funds, and not realizing that the market fluctuation is caused by all this day trading and all this in and out profit taking, jumping back and forth in and out. And that's another one of the reasons why AMC happened to fall if you're not paying attention. When you go look at those huge drops in those huge volume bars, those red candles, those are sales. And, you could clearly see that there's, a target price for buyers, and then there's a target price for sellers. And, I'm not accurate at reading this, but I am starting to understand that more and more. And, that's why AMC had that big drop, because everybody that was holding a large institution or someone that had hundreds of thousands of shares, you would see that price come down the way that it has. That's why it came down the way that it has. So, And forgive me if I'm not, explaining this perfectly like a financial advisor. I'm just a beginner still, learning more and more every day about stocks. At the moment, I'm trying to increase my position in GameStop. There are a couple other stocks that I've been looking at. I'm checking out Square. I have dug a little bit deeper back into AMC. I got my eyes on Party City. It's a couple stocks, but at the moment, I'm really, really interested to see what's going to take place, now that, what's his name, Plotkin or Plunkin or however you say his name, and all this has happened with Melvin Capital. And just to hear him talk about retail and how, the stimulus money did this and certain people shouldn't have got the money, and, investing became like entertainment. No, investing became like survival because people didn't know what was going to happen with their financial futures as America was shutting down in the rest of the world. That's what was taking place. So people were taking the money that they had and they were trying to find a way to double, triple, or quadruple that money so that they could survive through these times that people like you created, you soulless piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny to see not only are these people liars, they're soulless, and they'll say anything and do anything to maintain the positions that they have. So, I just wanted to see what people think about this, because I honestly believe that they are setting us up for another year of this bullshit. We're going to get a run. AMC is going to go back up to 30 to 50, between $30 and $100. That's just my opinion. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. And I do believe GameStop will run up to 3, between 3 and 5. Okay. And if it doesn't, it will run up past 2 based on the NFT marketplace and whatever's going to happen within that meeting that takes place on June 2nd, I believe. So, let me know what you feel about Ken Griffin. And I mean, he was smirking and everything, almost as if he was saying that, eventually we'll die out, or the gas tank will go empty, and it's just funny, it was, to really blame retail for them misusing investors' money. You got teachers, and you got lawyers, cops, and then another funny thing is that he's saying that as if some of those teachers who money they fucking destroyed, he's saying that as if some of these people may not be involved in AMC or GameStop, as far as invested with, and they're, almost like they're not, they might not be paying attention to none of this. They understand what you did with their money. They know that this has nothing to do with retail. So please tell me what you think about Ken Griffin and this soulless attempt to try to divert what they did, and how they're up next. You had Archegos, you got Melvin Capital, and now it looks like, Citadel is next on that radar. But that doesn't give me the notion to believe that we are going to see a 1,000% spike in either one of these stocks. I do believe that they are using this as a psychological tactic to do the same thing they did last year. You got to remember the squeeze of 2008, or when the market crashed in 2008 and Michael Berry happened to be successful with that call. You got to remember it took at least 2 or 3 years, I believe, for that whole thing to transpire. I think it was like 3 years. So, just tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you think about Melvin Capital. You know, it's your boy, Ray Valentine. All those beginner investors and traders, entrepreneurs, college graduates, hustlers, go ahead, man. Let me know what you think. I'm out here.